Here's a story of song and a concert this evening in King's Place in London, and the strange dissonance of cultural institutions in a militarised age. So tonight, Peggy Seeger, here she is, the doyen of protest folk, the widow of Ewan MacColl, half-sister to Pete Seeger, a titan of moral clarity, performs her final London concert before retiring at King's Place. She doesn't do so in silence, but in full knowledge and active engagement with an ongoing controversy, because this venue, King's Place, has been slated to host the Defence in Space conference later this year, a glossy affair sponsored by none other than Lockheed Martin, manufacturers of the F-35 jets reportedly used in Israeli airstrikes on Al-Mawasi in Gaza, killing 90 civilians. This is not a trivial misjudgment, but a clash between artistic ethics and militarized commerce. And Peggy Seeger, now 90, is no stranger to conflict, not in the martial sense, but in the cultural, political and moral sense. Her legacy is not just that of melody and ballad, but of standing against nuclear weapons, apartheid, censorship and war profiteering. Her very career has been a sustained act of political vigilance. So when she discovered that Lockheed Martin had a link to King's Palace, one might have expected her to cancel. Other artists did just that, but she didn't. Her response has been more nuanced, more Seeger. In a joint statement with her sons Neil and Callum MacColl, she acknowledged the complexity that King's Place Music Foundation is a charity close to her heart, and that they have fostered radical dissenting voices for 17 years, and that cancelling her final concert would have hurt the very artistic ecosystem she has helped to build. So she's chosen to perform, but with clarity, with protest and with a promise. In her words, she says, "We believe that cancelling our concert tonight would impact the future of King's Place Music Foundation. We have been assured a more robust ethical policy and procedure is in place to ensure that this never happens again." They went further. They pledged to donate a portion of the profits tonight to the Palestinian Red Crescent Society. And then, in what may be called a moral coda, news has arrived today. The Defence in Space conference has been cancelled. It doesn't say so on the Defence in Space website yet. It's a victory not of silence but of speech, not of boycott alone but of combined voices, protest from without, pressure from within. And the entire incident raises two questions. First, how independent can cultural venues truly be when their financial substratum is interwoven with private conferencing arms? The King's Place team has claimed a division between its artistic programme and its commercial wing managed by Green and Fortune, but such a claim rings hollow if the brand remains the same and if the venue profits from both. Second, it raises a deeper question. What does it mean to perform protest music on a stage potentially funded by the arms industry? It recalls the famous Brechtian paradox. Would it not be simpler if the government dissolved the people and elected another? Must we now ask whether artists must dissolve their venues and find others? Peggy Seeger's final London concert is not just an event, it's an embodiment of what she has always done best, singing with defiance, holding the establishment to account and encouraging a gentler world without losing her temper. This isn't a woman cowed by compromise. This is an artist who wrote "Carry Greenham Home" for the women of Greenham Common and now leaves a stage still fighting for Palestine, for peace and for principle. Her legacy is not undone by performing tonight. It's amplified by her insistence that artists can navigate ethical complexity without losing sight of justice. So I hope this will be an evening of major encore, not just a retirement into silence, but a bow taken in the middle of struggles, protest, and yes, change. She should be proud that she has engineered and fostered change in her final performances. King's Place has cancelled the Defence in Space conference. I think we should thank Peggy not for staying quiet, but for singing louder, for defying the powers that be, for proving that even at the age of 90, with a faltering step and a steadfast heart, an artist can still change the program. Peggy Seeger will perform tonight. The War Conference will not. That's the last verse. And it is hers to sing. The first time ever I saw your face, and I send all my best wishes to Peggy and to the performers this evening.